Samantala, nagpapatuloy pa rin po ang Senate hearing sa umano'y pork barrel scam. Panoorin po natin ito.
Nung pinuntahan namin yung address na binigay, ito po ay isang sari-sari store. Oh, was it another one? Basta, so hindi po namin nahanap sa kanyang given address yung Nutri-Growth. Meron din po silang mga distribute na gardening packages costing 8,945 per package at agricultural starter kits na nagkakahalaga ng 30,645 to 32,330 per kit na pinocure naman daw po from TNU Trading. Ang TNU Trading, kinonfirm po nila na nag-supply nga po sila nitong mga bagay-bad items na ito. Sila po, ang TNU Trading ay gumagamit din ng tatlong iba-ibang ATP but covering the same series of numbers ng kanilang official receipt. At ang license to operate and authority to distribute fertilizer expired in 2007. Nag-distribute din po sila ng mga agri-livelihood kit na nagkakahalaga ng 22,250 per kit. At ito naman po ay na-procure from Lucky LML Marketing. Sinubukan din po namin na tuntunin pero hindi po sila nag-reply. Yung pong sulat na binigay namin una ay bumalik po sa amin. Yung NLDC funded portion naman, ganun din, agricultural starter kits from TNU Trading for 32,330 per kit at saka mga training, conducting trainings po by Tichon Trading. Yung NABCOR funded projects, ang recipient daw ay 28 municipalities, 16 municipal mayors or officials out of the 28 denied receipt of the items distributed. The others did not reply. 1,090 individual recipients from 5 municipalities and in 3 provinces were multiply listed as beneficiaries. Yung may isang pangalan po na recipient, as many as 4 times na lumabas ang pangalan niya doon sa listahan. Now, doon po sa aming sample size ng mga selected recipients, out of 198, 11 individuals denied, while 142 could not be located because either they gave unknown or insufficient addresses. Yung NLDC funded portion naman po, ang recipients di umano ay 17 municipalities. 9 mayors denied receipt of the kits. Doon naman po sa mga individual recipients, mga nag-attend po ng training po ito, no? Meron po marami po sa kanila ang nailista ng mga as high as 3 times as having participated or attended the same seminar. Meron din pong mga nag-deny sa kanila na nakatanggap ng kits, although meron naman pong 3 na nag-confirm na sila ay nag-attend nga po ng training. Ang pondo po na napunta dito sa NGO po na ito ay galing po sa alokasyon on the NABCOR funded portion from the allocations of Senator Revilla, 50.44, Senator Enrile, 58.2, Senator Jinggoy Ejercito Estrada, 69.355. Kagaya po ng nasabi ko kanina, si Senator Revilla at saka si Senator Enrile ay nag-confirm po ng kanilang mga signatures o kaya nung kanilang mga representative signatures. Si Senator Estrada po ay hindi po sumagot sa amin pong request for confirmation. Doon sa NLDC naman na site, no, ang pondo po ay nanggaling sa PITAF allocation ni Senator Ponce Enrile, 19.4 million, Senator Revilla, 67.9 million, at Senator Jinggoy Estrada, 102.82 million. Like in the funds that went to through NABCOR, hindi rin po nag-reply sa amin si Senator Estrada. Next NGO, People's Organization for Progress and Development Foundation. Ito po ay hindi kasama sa listahan ng mga registered NGOs published in the SEC website. Pero meron pong business permit to operate during 2007 to 2009. Ang kanya pong address sa Taguig, Block 23, Lot 59, Phase 2, EB Housing Village. Ito po ay isang unit na located within a residential area. Ayun po ang picture. Sarado po ito nung kami ay nag-inspection. Hindi rin po sila nag-confirm ng kanilang mga transactions and submitted additional documents. Just again to emphasize, when we say did not confirm transactions, this means ho yung kanilang mga report doon sa mga implementing agencies na ginawa nila. So that's what we mean by the transactions. NABCOR naman po, NABCOR funded, again, ito ang kanilang proyekto, no? Again, distribution of agricultural production kits, costing 22,250, sourced from TNU Trading. Medyo bumaba ho ng konti dito kasi kanina nasa 30 plus, 40 plus tayo, no? Ngayon, 22,000. Ang TNU confirmed the transactions. Ang kanilang recipients daw po ay 4 na municipalities, pero 3 pong municipal officials nag-deny po ng receipt. Ang pondo po ay nanggaling sa alokasyon ni Senator Enrile, 24.25 million. Next, Philippine Social Development Foundation, Inc. Hindi rin po ito reflected doon sa SEC website as among the registered entities. Wala rin po siyang business permit during 2007 to 2009. It was reportedly holding office at Block 23, Road Lot 18th Street, AFPOVAI Phase 2, Western Bicutan, Taguig, pero hindi po namin sila na-locate dito sa address na ito. Ang mga proyekto, ganun din po, pamimigay ng mga agricultural starter kits at livelihood materials. Hindi po nakalagay sa mga dokumentong nila kung sino ang supplier. At wala rin pong mga support na OR, delivery receipt, sales invoice, SI. Doon po naman sa kanilang mga reported beneficiaries or recipients, 132 individuals from 27 barangays in 3 municipalities. And out of the 36, ito po yung ginawa naming sample size, 13 recipients denied receipt, the others did not reply. Ang pondo po dito ay nanggaling, sa PDAF allocation po ni Senator Revilla, 31.5 million. Social Development Program for Farmers Foundation, Inc. Meron po siyang business permit at rehistrado po sa SEC. It's reportedly operating at B40 L28 Iligan Street, South City Homes, Barangay Santo Tomas, Binyan, Laguna. This is a residential area which we inspected, at during the inspection, the audit team was entertained by Mr. Ben Harloy, the NGO president, at the garage of the unit. It was observed that there were no staff, documents, and office equipment except for 1 desktop and 1 laptop computer. The secretary of the association, ito pong South City Homes, certified that the unit is owned by a certain Carlo Dizon since 1985. But the association itself was not aware of the existence of this NGO within the subdivision. Naobserbahan din po namin na itong address sa Binyan ay iba po dun sa address na nare-reflect sa mga resibo, which is Zamboanga City. Hindi rin po sila nag-submit ng written confirmation on their transactions at hindi nag-submit ng mga additional documents. Naobserbahan din po namin na yung mga recipients nila, no, yung listahan, ay pareho po ang listahan na sinubmit sa NABCOR at saka NLD. At gumagamit po sila ng TIN, which is also being used by another NGO, I think NGO number 8, itong PASET. So ano ho yung kanilang programa? From the NABCOR TRC funded portion, nagpamigay po again ng liquid fertilizers sourced from Nutri-Growth Philippines, agricultural product or packages from TNU Trading at 30,645. So medyo nag-iiba-iba ho ng konti yung presyo ng kanilang agricultural kit, no? Ito ho, na tingnan din po namin na while they have hundreds of millions in transaction, ang rini-report lang po nila na sales sa kanilang LGUs, in the case of this particular NGO, ay 5.264. Samantalang ang total ng transactions would have amounted to something like 300 million. Sa NLDC naman, the NLDC funding side, again, training from Dichon Trading and also agricultural and other packages from TNU Trading. Ang recipients po na rineport nila, 25 municipalities yung NABCOR funded, but out of the 25, non-confirmed receipt. 10 municipal officials categorically denied. No? Yung 6 na barangay chairman also denied the residency of 172 purported individual beneficiaries. Sa TRC funded portion, 19 municipalities ang reported beneficiaries. Isa po ang nag-confirm ng receipt for denied receipt. Yung mga iba ho, kung ganitong, ibig sabihin, hindi na po kami nakatanggap ng reply, no? Sa NLDC funded portion naman, 9 municipalities ang reported beneficiaries, but 2 of the mayors denied receipt of the agricultural packages. 1 mayor confirmed receipt of 155 sprayers and 155 boxes of foliar fertilizers instead of, kasi ito po yung naka-report, 237 packages na ang laman ay 8 na items. Pero hindi po yun ang natanggap daw nila, kundi 155 na sprayers at saka 155 boxes ng fertilizer. Sa mga individuals naman po, dun po sa aming sample size, marami po ang either unknown, unlocated, moved out, or insufficient yung addresses. 3 ang natuntun namin na nag-deny naman po ng receipt of the livelihood kits. The NABCOR-funded projects came from the PDAF allocation of Senator Enrile, 63.05 million, Senator Ramon Revilla, 38.8 million, Senator Jinggoy Estrada, 19.4 million. Pero si Senator Jinggoy po, hindi po siya sumagot sa aming request for confirmation. Okay, so tapos na yun, ano? We finished, I think that we ran through our findings on the 8 NGOs. Now, ito po, gusto lang ho naming mabigyan kayo ng in total, no, doon sa mga nabanggit kanina ng mga suppliers na usually ginagamit pag galing sa NABCOR ang pondo, TNU Trading for 197.232 million, Nutri-Growth Philippines 43.884 million, Lucky LML Marketing 24.252 million. Yung mga pondo naman po na dumaan sa TRC Ang mga suppliers po ay TNU Trading for 11.148 million, Montrude Trading for 26.951 million, and again, Nutri-Growth for 54.234 million. Yung pondo po na tumaan sa NLDC, ang mga suppliers po na ginamit ay ang TNU Trading for 357.922 million, MMRC Trading for 111.522 million, Tichon Trading for 18.115 million, and Simcom Trading for 82.337 million. I would also like to flash this on screen. This is actually found also in our report po. Dahil I mentioned several documents here tungkol sa pag-i-implement at paglilipat, pag-transfer ng mga pondo. At sinabi ko rin po kanina na sinikap po namin ma-confirm sa lahat ng mga kinaukulan o nabanggit kung pirma nga ho ba nila ang mga nakikita namin dun sa mga dokumento, and for the purpose, we sent them copies of the documents na nakuha po namin. This is a sort of a summary of the documents na mga pina-confirm po namin sa mga kinauukulan. Galing po sa DSR in relation to DSWD implemented projects, yung pong Memorandum of Agreement ng legislator, ng NGO at saka ng implementing agency, tatlo po silang partido doon. Project proposal, request for release of funds to NGO, letter endorsing the NGO, and in isolated cases, may mga list of beneficiaries po na ang mambabatas po natin ay nakapirma. TRC, yung sa MOA, meron po silang pirma, work and financial plan, project proposal, endorsement letter for NGO to implement the project, request for release of funds to the NGO, PDAF monitoring report, and in some cases, certificate of project completion, report of disbursement, project final report, and project beneficiaries. The NLDC naman po, related, no, may pirma po sila sa MOA, project proposal, endorsement letter, accomplishment report, acknowledgement receipt, certificate of acceptance, request for release of funds, and in some cases, inspection and acceptance report, attendance sheet, list of beneficiaries, distribution list, and letter of quotations. NAPCOR, ganun din po, ZREC, ganun din, DARFU, Region 3, TA Region 5, and Quezon City, meron din po. I will end my presentation on this note. Maraming salamat po ulit, and I am ready for any questions.
Okay, thank you, Madam Chair. The Chairman has a few questions. So, Madam, nagpresenta kayo, no? Nakita natin yung mga NGOs na ito, either ghost offices, ghost projects, offices not believable, yung nasa shanty, barong-barong lang. Tapos yung mga beneficiaries, yung iba sinasabi wala silang natatanggap. Yung iba pa, ghost ang beneficiaries. Sabi nga dun sa COA report mo, meron pa ngang mga pumasa sa bar and everything. Nursing exam. At may interlocking, parang interlocking members, no? May sa incorporation, yung iba si Ben Loy, yung iba, lahat kasangkot. So, would you say in your professional opinion, ma'am, there is a web of, and parang a conspiracy that can be proven here?
Batay po sa aming obserbasyon, meron pong pattern. But I will leave it to the investigating panel composed of the Ombudswoman and the DOJ Secretary to determine if there was conspiracy.
Very safe answer, ma'am. Okay. I have here a question. Can we have our PowerPoint, please? I have a PowerPoint presentation here just to clarify the question, no? Can we have it? Ayan. Ito po para maintindihan ng taong bayan nakikinig. Saan ba nanggagaling sa nag-uumpisa? Una, sa kaliwa, and correct me if I'm wrong, ma'am, ha? It starts with the legislator. Congressman o senador magre-request for project under his PDAF. Step 1. Step 2, ibibigay ngayon sa DBM o Department of Budget and Management. Ipoprocess ng Department of Budget and Management yan. Pagkatapos ma-process ng Department of Budget and Management, dadalhin ngayon sa implementing agencies. Ano to mga implementing agencies? Ito yung mga sinabi mo kanina, Department of Agriculture, National Livelihood Development Corporation, TRC, at iba pa. Tama po ba?
Opo, tama po.
So far, the process is correct. Okay.
Opo, meron lang ho sigurong konting refinement.
Okay.
From the legislature, pumupunta ho sa kanilang appropriations committee yung request. And then it's the appropriations committee that
That submits it to the Department of Budget.
I think
Yes.
that's the rule.
Yes. I simplify the process. Wala masyadong detalye para madaling maintindihan. Alam po natin na marami pang mga maliliit na baby steps in between. Pero ito yung mga giant steps ng proseso. Now, ayon sa presentation ninyo, nandito na tayo sa implementing agency. Ang next step, ginawa nila ng implementing agency, binigay sa NGOs. Tama po ba?
Opo.
And from the NGOs, next slide please. Ayun, to the NGOs. So from legislator to DBM to implementing agencies to NGOs. And you discovered that in some instances, yung mambabatas, the legislator would request the transfer of the funds from the implementing agency to a specific NGO.
Opo.
Okay. Next. Ano pong example yon? Tulad nung pinakita nyo kanina, no? Yung transfer. Ang tanong ko ngayon, ma'am, yung paglipat from implementing agency, say for example, National Livelihood Development Corporation to the NGO, legal po ba ito?
Sa amin pong pagsusuri and in our considered opinion, wala po kaming nakitang batas or ordinansya na nagbibigay authority para po sa paglipat ng pondo ng bayan from a government agency to a private corporation like an NGO. As a matter of fact, isa po nakapaloob po ito sa implementing rules ng ating RA 9184 or yung Government Procurement Act. Ano po? At ito po ay ini-implement ng DPM at sila rin po ang nag-formulate o nag-require ng kondisyon po na ito na makakapaglipat lang po sa mga NGOs ng pera ng bayan kung merong appropriation or ordinance earmarking or contract authorizing the contracting out of government funds to NGOs. So sa amin pong palagay as auditors ay hindi po naaayon sa batas yung paglilipat ng pera ng implementing agencies doon po sa mga NGOs. In fact, if we looked at the GAA, yung General Appropriations Act po natin, tungkol sa usaping PDAF or congressional allocations, nakatakda po doon kung saan pwedeng gamitin, yun po yung ating menu, at nakatakda din po kung sino yung mga implementing agencies na magke-carry out ng mga proyekto na yon. And then it stops there. Wala na pong provision tungkol sa karapatan o pagbibigay daan sa mga NGOs na mag-implement po ng mga proyektong ito.
Yes, ma'am. So, ang paglipat, pwedeng legal kung merong batas o ordinansya na nagsasabing, okay, may proyektong ganito, ibibigay natin sa mga non-governmental organization. Tapos ibibid out po. Ganun po ba?
Opo.
Ngayon po, kung walang batas o ordinansya, yung paglipat sa NGO na hindi gobyerno, kaya nga may N, dahil non-government organization, so hindi po sang-ayon sa batas. Tama po ba? Okay. And some senators have requested their PDAF to be released to specific NGOs. Correct po?
Opo.
So one example that was part of your presentation is the release to SDPFFI. Ang haba ng mga pangalan. SDPFFI, which received 220.6 million from the PDAF of 2 senators. Itong NGO has been identified with Mr. Ben Herloy as its president, one of the whistleblowers. Am I correct? Next slide, please. So that's what happened, no? From legislator to DBM, DBM to the implementing agencies, in this case, National Agribusiness Corporation or NABCOR, NLDC is National Livelihood Development Corporation, ZAIREC is, what is ZAIREC again? Zamboanga Rubber Estates Corporation.
Zamboanga del Norte College Rubber Estate Corporation.
Okay. May rubber. Okay. TRC. And then from there, it was transferred to the NGOs. So for example, we have stated per your COA report, which is in page 60 to 61, table 28, nakalagay, Senator Enrile released 77.6 to a certain NGO called MAMFI. And Senator Estrada released 172 to MAMFI and 90.4 million to SDPFFI. And Senator Revilla, 118 to MAMFI, 130 to SDFFI, according to your COA report. Am I correct?
Page 66 po yung sinabi ninyo.
Page 60, table 28. Table 28, page 60.
Inyo pong napapanood ang pagpapatuloy ng Senate Blue Ribbon Committee hearing tungkol sa di umano'y pork barrel scam, kung saan kasalukuyan nga pong sumasailalim ngayon sa questioning o sa pagtatanong ni Committee Chair Senator Chofisto Ginggona III, si COA o Commission on Audit Chair Grace Pulido-Tan. Iyan po ay matapos himayin ni Chair Pulido-Tan ang report tungkol sa 8 mga di umano'y kahinahinalang NGOs. Samantala, kagabi nga ay sumuko na po ang pinaghahanap na si Janet Lim Napoles at nakadetain ngayon sa Camp Crame ang itinuturong utak ng di umano'y 10 billion peso pork barrel scam na si Napoles. Kanina nga ay nagsagawa ng press briefing si Presidential Spokesman Edwin Lasierda at idinetalya niya ang nangyaring pagsuko ni Napoles kagabi. Bandang alas 4 kahapon, tumawag di umano si Attorney Lorna Capunan, abogado ni Janet Napoles, kay Secretary Edwin Lasierda para kumpirmahin ang pagsuko ni Napoles. Bandang alas 8 kagabi, sinundo ni Lasierda sa Heritage Park si Napoles na may isa pa raw kasamang babae. Nagpakita pa nga si Lasierda ng ilang litrato ni Napoles sa Malacanang. Dagdag pa ni Lasierda, hinarap daw ng Pangulo si Napoles at tinatayang 10 minutong nag-usap ang dalawa. Personal na itinurn over ni Pangulong Aquino si Napoles sa kustodiya ni DILG Secretary Mar Rojas at PNP Chief Police Director General Alan Purisima para sa processing at booking. Nasa undisclosed place sa Camp Crame si Napoles para sa security reason. Eksklusibo nga nakuha ng GMA News ang palm prints ni Napoles at nakumpleto na raw ang booking procedure kay Napoles at nagsagawa na rin ng routine exam kay Napoles ang mga tauhan ng PNP Health Service. Sa ngayon ay tuloy ang paghahanap sa kanyang kapatid na si Reynaldo Jojo Lim. At yan po ang special coverage ng News TV Live sa pagdinig ng Senado sa Umuray Pork Barrel Scam. Magpapatuloy po ang special coverage sa isinasagawang Senate hearing sa Balitang Hali. Susunod na po yan. Tutok lamang po dito sa GMA News TV para oras-oras. Alam mo, ako po si Cedric Castillo. Magandang umaga po.